Good day, dear pupils. We are the future educators from BEd G2. And in this video, we will be going to discuss about mathematics. Today, we will teach you about the probability of independent and dependent events. Probability is the measure of the likelihood of an event to happen. It can be expressed as proportions that range from 0 to 1. And they can also express as percentage ranging from 0% to 100%.
So, by the way, unsa man jud ang independent event? So, ang independent event is the probability of one event does not affect the probability of second event. So, ang independent event kuno is dili makaapekto ang kinaunahan nga event sa ikaduha nga event. So, like for example, rolling a die and flipping a coin. So, ang rolling a die dili siya makaapekto sa ikaduha nga flipping a coin. Furthermore, in some instances like selecting an item from a group, when the item are picked with replacement, then it means that the events are independent.
And the formula of this probability is probability of A and B is equal to probability of A multiplied by probability of B.
So now, let's go to the example. So the statement is, there are 2 violet balls and 4 pink balls in a bag. If 2 balls are drawn one after the other, then what is the probability of getting violet first and pink next if the first ball drawn is replaced? So sa tong bag ko no, natay duha ka violet nga bula and then natay upat pod ka pink nga bula. So overall, we have 6 balls in our bag. And then, ang question is, what is the probability of getting violet first and pink next? So, saan na ito ni siya pagkuha? So, do you have any idea? Okay, so of course, gamito na to ang iyang formula. So, unsa gayang formula? Okay, so probability of A and B is equal to probability of A multiplied by probability of B. So, mo to si iyang formula. So, now, magsugod na taog solve. Okay, so, the question is, violet man ang una, dayon pink. So, maguna ta sa violet. So, pila man kabuok ang violet na nasa tong bag? So, duha. Okay, 2 over nya pila kabula tanan nga nasa tong bag? Okay, 6. Okay, mo na nga 2 over 6. Then multiplied by sunod pink taman pod. Okay, so pila man kabuok bula nga pink nga nasa bag? So 4. Okay, 4 over pila sila tanan? 6. Okay, so over 6. And then, after suwatin na siya, atong dayon silang i-multiply. Okay, 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, 8 over, sunod, 6 times 6, 36. Okay, so 8 over 36. So the question is, ma-round off pa ba na siya? Okay, round off pa. So, unsa man nga number nga pwede na to i-divide niya? Okay, 4. So, 8 divided by 4. 2. Okay, 2 over sunod. 36 divided by 4. Okay, 9. Okay, ang atong final answer is 2 over 9. So, ang answer sa question nga what is the probability of getting violet first and pink next is 2 over 9.
Probability of dependent events. Two events are dependent if the occurrence of the event affects the probability of the outcome of the other event. This explains that the occurrence of the events are closely influencing each other. If two events, A and B, are dependent, then the probability of both events occurring is the product of the probability of A and the probability of B after A occurs.
For instance, not studying the lessons and getting a low score in the exam is an example of a dependent event. So probably affect the outcome of an event. If you are not studying the lessons, then there is probability that you will get a low score in the exam. And if you are studying the lesson, then there is probability that you get a high score in the exam. Moreover, in selecting items or persons from a group of picking the without replacement, that states the events are dependent.
So here is the sample problem. There are 10 pens and 15 pencils in a box. If a student selects two of them at random without replacement, what is the probability of selecting a pen and then a pencil? So here is the solution. Probability of A and B is equals to probability of A times probability of B following A. So the probability of pen and then pencil is equals to 10 over 25 times 15 over 24. So the probability is equals to 150 over 600, or it is equal to 1/4.
Now that we have been discussed about what is independent and dependent events, let us now review all of your learnings about the topic. Great! Now, I'm sure that you are all ready to solve problems about probability of independent and dependent events. So, let's start now. Let us solve the following problem. Identify what event is presented in each of the problem and solve to find its answer. Number 1. What is the probability of rolling an even number on the first roll of a number cube and rolling an odd number on the second roll? Let us now answer the first problem. If you have guessed that the presented event is independent, then you are right. The clue to this is that the total number of possible outcomes will always be the same in a number cube. Now, the probability of having an even number is 3 over 6, multiplied by the probability of an odd number is 3 over 6 also, resulting to the probability of 9 over 36, or 1/4 in lowest term. Problem number 2. A basket contains 4 apples and 6 peaches. You randomly select one piece of fruit and eat it. Then you randomly select another piece of fruit. What is the probability that both pieces of fruit are apples? Let us now answer the second problem. If you have guessed that the presented event is dependent, then you are correct. The clue to this is that the fruit is eaten at the first event, which means there is no replacement. So the answer will be dependent event. Now to find the probability of the dependent events, we will be using the appropriate formula. The probability of the first selection will be 4 over 10, since there are 4 apples and the sum of the fruits is 10. The probability of the second event will be reduced to 3 over 9, since the first selected fruit is already eaten, so there will be only 3 apples and 9 sum of fruits. Multiplied by each other, there will be a resulting answer of 12 over 90 or 2 over 15 in lowest terms.
So that's the end of our activity and discussion. We hope that all of you are able to learn something in this video that you could use for your future lessons and in real life situation. That would be all. God bless, and let's keep learning mathematics.